Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to Minecraft for our survival series. You join me here today on what will be our 20th episode. I'm very excited that I've been able to continue this series for as long as I have, and that I've been receiving quite consistent support as of the past few episodes. I'm super grateful to see that, and I appreciate all the feedback and support I've been getting. Whatever the case, we've made it to 20 episodes. And I don't know if I exactly have some sort of big grand celebration planned, but what I do know is I made a slight difference in our game, by which I mean we are now playing in version 1.5.2, which you can see in the top left there. I did a quick glance over of all the features and fixes added in this update, or in really 1.5, because 1.5.2 was kind of just minor updates, and it looked really exciting. A lot of new things that I've yet to see, a lot of new mechanics that I've yet to even delve into, and I hope to discover them and use them to our advantage soon. For now, I think we should probably focus on getting these to-do list boards updated to what I want. Let me look at my notebook here. Alright, I'm going to do the sugarcane farm this episode, and hopefully get more diamonds. These two are going to be more long-term goals as they both require hunting mobs. This one, creepers, this one, endermen. It'll just take a while, and it'll probably grow as we progress through the series. Let me look at what I have that's different, though. Alright. Make path to sheep. I'm just going to write pen because enclosure is a little bit too long. And also, in that same vein, I'm going to make this path, it's going to go out from this like path. I think it's going to go down through that wall. So I'm going to have to move that doorway, but that's no big deal. I think that's also going to connect to the sugarcane farm, which I'm planning to put outside of the wall. I have a particular way I want it to look, and hopefully we have the resources to get it done. What else did I want to do? Oh yes, I saw a suggestion from a viewer in the comments of my last video, which I thought would be nice to do, just as a little bit of a decorative goal, to have a little bit of extra something to look at. Make a fountain. Oops. There we go. Yeah, someone suggested that I should make a fountain maybe over near this pond area, and I thought that was a nice suggestion. I've always liked the look of fountains in this game. I've just never known where to put it in this world, because we just never really had a designated spot, but I think we could probably make one. And I would like the look of that. And then one more thing, I'll put it up here. Probably for the end of this episode, we're adventuring east, because I have explored quite a bit in every direction except east, which is that way. I did actually go out in the ocean in sort of a failed recording of one of the episodes, and I found practically nothing. We've gone that way a lot, and we found villages, we found deserts, we found sheep. Many things over there, but I don't know that we've really gone this way at all. At least not that I can recall. We may have, but hopefully our adventures today will give us a little bit more insight as to what is actually over there. I think what we should probably start with in this episode, though... Well, we should probably start with, honestly, feeding our cows and our sheep, because I'm not even sure if I did that last episode. I think I did for the sheep, but not for the cows. At least not enough. So I gotta find our farm chest, which is that seeds. We'll grab this full stack of wheat, which should be more than enough, hopefully. And use it to feed our many, many cows. Frankly, we should probably take the time to get some leather and beef out of our cows by killing a few of them. Oh, yep, gotta take it out of my hand, because this pen is getting a little bit crowded, frankly. But I guess we'll wait until the new cows have grown, so we can have maximum, I don't know, efficiency? I'm just spamming right click and just seeing whatever cows are hungry. I think that's all the ones that I can. Yeah. Oh, well, seems like that's about the limit. And that gave us quite a bit of experience, actually. And plenty more cows for the next generation. And that leaves us with 28 wheat, which we can use to go feed our... I don't even know if we have that. We have nowhere near that many sheep. I think we might just have like 6 or 7. And maybe a rogue cow that decided to wander in here. Because they seem to love doing that. Yep. Well, I regret to inform you that this is not your house. And that you must pay the price. We have so many black sheep. We should come up with a use for black wool. Probably in some sort of constructive sense, I imagine. We'll probably end up using it for a different floor in a different building. Maybe even the sugarcane farm that I want to build. As of right now, though, the sugarcane is not exactly growing swiftly. So we'll probably leave that be. We'll just build the actual structure, and then we'll probably fill out the inside with sugarcane when it's all grown in. Let's get all of these things. We only have 1 pumpkin growing, and I don't actually know what to do with pumpkins. Well, okay, that's a little bit of a lie. I think I know what to do with pumpkins. I'm just not entirely sure what kind of endeavor I should do with them. Because you can make a very nice food source in the form of pumpkin pie, or you can make a handsome-looking decorative source in terms of jack-o'-lanterns. I'm just not sure which one I want to do. Let's probably put that pumpkin away. See, I think jack-o'-lanterns could look nice if we find a place to put them. I'm just not sure where that place would be. You know what? We could probably actually start with the fountain, because that seems like it shouldn't be too hard, and I have an idea for how I want it to look. I wonder what's in here. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna give Doggy Winkle a snack. There you go. I'll clear this in a second, but I think I want to make the fountain out of stone bricks, possibly. Yeah, I think stone bricks would probably be the nicest looking. Would it? I don't know. I'm struggling to think of a better alternative. Maybe our sandstone. We do have a lot of sandstone. You know what? I think I'm going to do sandstone. I'll grab all our different kinds. And then we also need, of course, water. I have an idea for how I want this to look. I just need to see if I can execute it. Now, the pond kind of is on pretty uneven terrain. So, my idea, or at least the idea that I was thinking of, was having it off down here. Though that is kind of out of the way. Maybe up here. Because up here it's much flatter. And we would have room for a much more... The fountain would be much more on display if it was up here, I think. So you know what? I'm going to allocate this area here. Now it's just a matter of figuring out how I want it to actually be laid out. I think I want it to be like a 5x5 with the corners cut off. Yeah, I'm going to start doing some terraforming. Just to see if I can make this look the way I want it to. It's probably going to be a minute before I actually get to the look I want, but we'll see what we can do. So let's just lay something out immediately. Yeah, I don't want these to be down here. I want it to all be on even terrain. So I guess we could just use the dirt that we just picked up as a platform. Just build it back in. Whoops, that's not the right kind. There we go. We actually have a lot of smooth sandstone. Way more than I thought we did. Yeah, I think this could work. We just have to change this a little bit more so it looks better. What else do I have? Oh, yeah. Put these torches back down so the mobs don't immediately invade this operation. Dig this out and we can replace this with our smooth sandstone. Oops. And I think I'm going to replace the middle of each of these with the chiseled sandstone, just to give it a little bit more flair, decorative appeal. And then this middle pillar, I'm probably also going to do chiseled sandstone, because I think it would look nice. Okay, I think that's the fountain design, or at least the part without the water. Now let's put the water in and see. Yes, that's what I like. That's the kind of design I wanted. Yeah. I like that. I think it needs a little bit more lighting to look natural. Or not natural, but like, or maybe it's just like the dirt that hasn't grown in yet, but I'm sure that as that dirt grows its grass back, it will look even better. But I do like the look of that. I do like the look of a fountain in this place. I've always liked the look of the Minecraft fountains. I've seen them in videos before, and I always liked how they looked. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. We can decorate it later, too, with, like, torches and glowstone and whatnot, depending on what we get. Glowstone is going to be a whole deal. But we will eventually get more. So maybe we can put it on our fountain. But for now, I think it's pretty nice looking. And that's pretty much one of our goals immediately done, because it was rather small anyway. But I did enjoy the suggestion, and I wanted it. I wanted it in my world. I don't know why I left that in here, but I'm gonna go put that back up in storage as well. Now I think probably what we're gonna want to get onto next is maybe building that path, because while we wait for the sugarcane to grow, building the sugarcane farm seems like a little bit of a waste. I feel like it'd be better to do that when we actually have something to fill it in. I mean, we kind of do, but not really. Whatever. I just think I want to tackle the pathway first, so that way we don't have to deal with that afterwards, after just sitting around and waiting for a while. So let's do that, why don't we? Oh, buckets can only stack up to 16. Huh. Well. Okay, what do we need? A lot of cobblestone and a lot of cobblestone slabs. Luckily, we do have quite a bit of cobble. I don't know if our slab... Oh, it's looking okay. Of course, we won't be able to put any of the glowstone lamps down, because I don't think we have any glowstone left. But, again, that can come later when we actually go harvest some. We may even this episode if I feel ambitious. Alright, so I think I want to continue this in much the same fashion. What's on the other side of this? Oh, fairly flat terrain, actually. So, we could actually just use the terrain that's already here. I was planning to make it go down, but since this is already so flat and kind of works anyway, I don't really see the need to. So we'll just dig out this land, and we'll try and make it look a little smoother, but not as much terraforming required as I thought there was going to be. Which is good, because terraforming is not exactly the most entertaining part of a building project. So, I think we got lucky this time. I totally forgot that this was built in this particular area, but I mean, hey, I'm not complaining. Suppose while I am digging, I could ask everyone how they're doing today. As ever, I hope well. I know I'm doing well. A little bit tired, but nothing horrible. It's probably just the standard, sort of like sleepiness of summer where you just, since you have no responsibility, or very little responsibility, at least for me as compared to when I do school, you just kind of sit around and you don't do very much. And so you get weirdly tired. But I suppose there's worse things. Yeah, I hope everyone's summer has been going well so far. It's kind of crazy to me to think that we're already pretty much 2/3 of the way through it. I mean, for me, it's about halfway because I start school a little bit later, probably in like mid-September. But like, even still, for like most people and most kids, this would be about the 2/3 point for real summer activities. Because after August, it's like September is when everything starts back up again. I mean, even now, back to school is already in full swing. I guess that's just, you know, what stores are doing. They've always really kind of done that. It's like back to school starts pretty much now, because getting prepped earlier, I suppose, is better. I will need to dig out this wall so it doesn't look quite so awkward, because we just exposed a bunch of dirt, but that fixed it, I believe. I don't know why I put that there. That was not needed at all. Let's put in our sides here. Nothing too complicated, just straight line, which will lead us straight into our doorway. I'll just replicate it in much the same way as that one over there, but I'll make it a little bit wider, or like up here a little bit wider. Because if I just left it like this, that's a doorway for monsters to walk directly into our abode, which isn't exactly what I want. Now this will need dirt, but that's no big deal. We've done plenty of this before. Yeah. So that's the basic stuff done, but now I just need to get this doorway installed, for which we just need a lot of cobblestone. Make it have that little raised outline to it. Whoops, not there. Oh, those pieces of dirt over there are having a party. Look at them. They're going crazy. Wow. Well, sorry to interrupt, but I could use you. Because I kind of want to make this terrain a little bit more even, just so it doesn't look quite so awkward. Yeah, we will have to make a path outwards, but that's no big deal. We just continue in a similar fashion. I think we'll make this 3 wide before we start going down, probably. So we need the termination of the path to be right about, is it here? No, it's here. And we need it to be on this level. Okay. So this needs to be about, just as a structural beginning, it needs to be about there. I mean, having it be raised like this could be nice looking if we just fill it in with cobblestone. So will that work out? I hope so. I think this is one of the first ones where it might actually not. Yeah, it doesn't work out by one piece. You know what? We can just move this back. That's no big deal. There's worse things to do. I mean, it's still fixable. So, no complaints on my end. Good thing we brought a lot of cobble, because we need all of it, apparently. Yeah, that's about that done, and then we just need to build the path directly to the sheep pen, the sheep enclosure. And this is just going to be a straight line, straight level, no big deal. Nothing special, but very satisfying. Yeah, we have tons of black sheep and no other colors, really. We have like 2 dark, 2 light gray, and that's it. I guess I did bring in like 3 initial black sheep or something. So I don't know what I expected. But I guess we just have to find a new use for black wool. I think you can dye sheep, but I don't know. I don't know how it works for, like, sheep that are already colored. Or just sheep that have certain colors of wool. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe we'll experiment with that soon, because yeah, having access to different colors of wool just immediately, as opposed to going through the whole process of shearing them then coloring it, it would probably make the whole thing a lot easier, especially since we have our own sheep and we don't have to travel out to find them. Now we gotta remember how to do this part again. I think I remember. There's one on the corner of each. Then you fill in. I mean, you don't have to fill in, but I will for some of them. Yes, that seems correct. Yeah, I'm just doing it structurally for now. I'm not exactly caring about being, like, physically realistic. What am I missing? Oh, I see. I see what's wrong. There we go, okay. And it's getting dark in-game. Well, I'll go sleep in a second, but I just want to get this laid out, at least initially. And I will have to make a branch off, probably right about here. We will do that in a second. Whoops. Yeah, this is not exactly the best terrain for this. Okay. So that should be, after I finish building this wall, that's our basic structure. Now we just need to come back and fill in all the other parts. Whoops, I missed this entirely. I don't know how I did that. Oh well. At least I caught it. Unlike some mistakes that I put in my previous videos where it's just like I totally missed it. Yeah, like, I don't remember what episode it was, but there was an episode where I just, like, totally missed, a piece of glowstone that I was supposed to place in my basement, and I caught it while rewatching the episode after I'd already uploaded it. And so I had to put in an addendum comment. At least I did catch it. I'm sure it would have been caught by someone, regardless. But, I don't know. I guess I was just a little absent-minded at the time. No, wait, I need this dirt. I forgot that now I'm on the part where I have to actually use that. We'll do the terraforming around it, and then afterwards we will get that door reinstalled. Let's see if we can make this look nice. That's better. I was trying to make this look not so clunky. That's probably about as good as we're going to get. This whole area over here is going to be fun. This is the most problematic area, I think. Just put a whole wall of dirt in front of this like nothing ever happened. Obviously, we're going to have to do a little more work, but this is a good starting point, at least for this section. If I don't misplace the blocks. Ow. Hey. Now I gotta go fight you through the rows of sugarcane. Oh, come on. Why are you so fast now? What? Did they change you? I think they... Oh, right, they did change you. Now you're hard. I've read the update stuff for 1.5, and they, yeah, they've very significantly buffed skeletons. So they're a little bit more of a threat, actually. I mean, they were already a threat, but now even more so. Considering the fact that I don't actually have a lot of cobblestone right now, I'm actually going to fill this in with dirt. I didn't say I said I wasn't going to, but I lied a little bit. Also, I will have to take out some of the sugar cane, but that's no worry. It grew at least a little bit, and it's all going to get moved anyway, so it's fine. Okay, this is going to be difficult to figure out. I'll just get down the basic kind of stuff I need. Yeah, this is going to look incredibly awkward for the first while, but I'm trying to find a way to make it look at least a little bit natural, as opposed to just big square of dirt. It's going to be difficult regardless. I'm just trying to make it happen. I just do not want to leave a big empty hole underneath this bridge or this pathway where monsters can just gleefully spawn in. Yeah, so we're going to have to, like, shape this mountainside. I'm going to leave that one in the water because somehow it's growing. I don't understand. I'm not going to question it because I'm afraid that something's going to happen if I do. Oh boy. Yeah, this is not exactly the most thrilling thing to be doing, just building up a cliff. But I just don't... I want it to look at least slightly believable. I mean, we're already better. I'm just trying to find a way to make it look less artificial, which is proving to be difficult. I hear a lot of chaos outside my door. I hope that does not join me in here. Sorry if you can hear that on the recording. I try to take those things out as best I can with post-processing, but sometimes it's hard. Okay, you know what? That actually isn't horrible. As soon as the grass grows back, you know what? That's better, actually. I don't mind that. Just shape it a little bit so it looks more believable. Yeah, that feels better to me now, and that pretty much covers that. So that's our first path done. Now we can replace this. I'm just going to take the whole thing down, plug up where the door was with some more cobblestone, and then just replace it. Replace all the components in the new doorway. So just pretend like that never happened. We were never there. Now we're here. And now, since we actually have a flat surface, we can place the button in a more reasonable position. Now we get to replace all those torches. Now, since we don't have as many, I'll see what we can do. Oh, actually, seems like we might have just enough to fill in every block that we can place. Yes, we do. There we go. New doorway. Much more natural to get to. We do still need to build a path up to our tower over there, but we will get to that probably later. I don't know if I mentioned that I was going to do that in the last episode, but I'm not sure that we're going to have the time this episode, frankly. Well, since we built that new pathway, we can actually go up here and take a good look at it from our vantage point. Yeah, I like that. I like the continuation of our building structure outside. It gives it a nice sense of continuity. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know if you heard that, but my wrist just popped insanely. Sorry if that is like a thing that might gross you out. Alright. That's our first path done. And now I notice that we are drastically low on, well, A, cobblestone, and B, durability for our diamond pickaxe. So, we need to change that. Both of those facts. We don't have much TNT from what I recall. Yeah, we have a single piece. Okay. We do, however, have 5 diamonds, which we can use to replace our pickaxe. And exactly 2 sticks. How perfect. And this should give us at least one of the tools necessary to replenish our cobble supply. I will grab the other ones right here in a second, which would be our mine carts, our furnaces and stuff. And then our coal. And I think that's probably all we're going to need for now. And then, of course, I would like to go down and enchant this, because I always do. And also, we have plenty of levels in order to do so. So, we might as well go ahead and do it. I still need to make more bookshelves to make the enchantment really effective, but we'll see what we can do with what we have. 16, there we go. Unbreaking 2 and Efficiency 2. That's a far sight better than the standard Unbreaking 1 that we had. So I think we will put that away, frankly, and utilize our new one for this operation. Is there any sign that we can take down? Because I don't know that we actually accomplished anything besides that fountain that we can... Well, we did actually accomplish make path to sheep pen. I just want to make a path to our sugarcane farm now. I suppose it would help to actually build out the sugarcane farm first, but I do want to just get some stone. Because we can never have enough cobblestone around here, it seems. I should have made torches. We're lucky enough that there is a mine shaft down here, loaded to the brim with wooden planks, so we don't have to worry about running all the way back up. Or trying to, because I've noticed that trying to run up those stairs that we installed is actually a task that we cannot really accomplish, at least not without great difficulty. 48 torches should be more than enough, though. Hopefully we find diamonds while doing this as well. I'm not sure that we will, but there's always a chance. We ran into diamonds on happenstance on the last expedition down here, at the very end. So who knows, maybe we can do that again. Here we are on the new branch. It's certainly plenty distant here. This new pickaxe seems to be making quick work of this stone, which I'm happy to see. Which is exactly what we need, since that's literally our whole project here, at least for today, is to just harvest stone. And any other things we find along the way, we'll take them as well. But our main focus today is placed in just a whole lot of cobblestone. We probably won't need a huge amount for building a relatively small path branch, I imagine. But as said previously, it's really just nice to have an abundance, especially of a building resource that we use so often, like cobblestone. Like, we have so much dirt, but we don't really use dirt as much as we use cobblestone. Because dirt, I don't know. I probably could build a bunch of stuff out of dirt, but I don't really want a giant dirt wall. I don't exactly want to live in, like, a sand castle or, like, a giant mud tower. Though those things do kind of sound cool in concept, I'm just... maybe for some other project. But for our main base of operations, where we live and where we thrive, I just like to give it a nice consistent look that I can have structural faith in. Well, the gravel has shown itself now, which it seems to like to do. Much like the scary noises, which I think there's been a few in this episode so far, but they haven't bothered me very much. Namely because my headphone volume is very low. I like to run it very low because any louder, and A, you would probably hear it in the recording, and B, it would probably scare me. So I choose to run it quite low, like almost 0. I don't know. Oh. What have we found here? Another cave, you say? I don't think we've been to this one. Oh, good. Buff skeletons. Oh, boy. Okay, I don't like you. I don't like you or the way you attack me. So I'm going to get rid of you very quickly. Have we been here? I mean, it's not lit up at all, so I assume we haven't. Who knows? Maybe there's something here that we can use. We're just looking for diamonds, really. Hello, lava. That is a lot of lava. I probably should have brought a bucket of water now that I'm looking at this. Sorry about those graphical things. I will try my best not to fall in this lava. I need to be incredibly cautious for things like gravel, or just like any place where I could slip up, or skeletons, really. Just any sort of danger. And there's nothing here. Great. That whole dangerous traversal wasn't really worth it. I mean, there's redstone, but you know what? I'm gonna sneak. I really do not trust myself on these narrow walkways. At least you can actually, hear the bubbling lava this time. I was quite irritated when I had actually finished compiling the recording and I was about to start editing, and then I looked at the audio track and it was like, why is there nothing? I didn't have the right input set on my screen recorder. So I just recorded nothing. A little bit unfortunate. I don't think it was affected too badly. It seems like, my commentary and the music survived, at least, which are... The commentary was the one that I was really worried about. That's the one that I always check for, because for some reason my microphones love to break. Especially the one I'm recording on right this second. I really, really hope that the audio level doesn't explode into high volume, or that it has a sometimes for some reason the audio interface will just randomly mess up and it will introduce... Ow. Hey, give me that back. Who told you could have that? What I was saying, the audio interface will sometimes just mess up, specifically my microphone, and it will, for some reason, like, truncate the recording size of the audio file. It'll, like, cut out the silence in between me talking. Like, the first time I had it happen, I noticed that the audio track, which for my commentary, which should have been the same length as my video file, was like 20 minutes shorter and completely out of sync. So I'm just hoping that that does not happen for this recording. I think I frequently voice my fears of messing up recordings, but I don't know, it's such a consistent issue, especially with the microphone I'm using now. I don't know why I don't just use the other one all the time, because it never has that issue. I don't know. Oh, I'm actually... Uh-oh, that could be an issue. I am out of inventory space. Well, frankly, that's probably enough cobblestone. So let's run our way back to the rails. Now that we've uncovered plenty of cobblestone and actually a new cave, but it didn't really prove to be that interesting. Whatever the case, we came out with some resources. So we are going to build our minecarts, build our minecart with a furnace, put this down, put these down. Oops, I was trying to click into the furnace to store things in it. That doesn't work. That one's all cobblestone. What? Oh, okay, the back one's all cobblestone, I guess. This one is everything else. Except for the coal, because we need that. And then we just power this up. Make it go forward, please. No, 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 no. Hey. That's not the way I told you to go. Ugh. I've never had that issue before. Maybe I just placed it the wrong way. Well, let's see if I can actually get it to go the right way this time. Can I? That's facing the wrong way. Why? Do I have to place it this way? Oh, come on. Stop. Why is it being difficult? I need you to go the other way, please. Come on. You were working so perfectly. There we go. It just needed a bit of encouragement. Yeah, we haven't had that issue yet where it, like, goes the wrong way, but it seems to have figured itself out at this point. We'll just keep up with it. It's carrying our resources. It's actually pushing them further than it, which is interesting. I'm sure that when we get to the hill, it will, it'll probably get them all, like, stacked up close. Speaking of the hill, here we are. So now I can walk alongside it. Watch it go up. I like this system. I'm a big fan of watching it just go. I know there's probably better ways, and I even saw that there was like a new rail introduced in 1.5, but I enjoy this one. It feels nice, and it looks cool. Alright, this one has all the stuff we need. And then we'll grab the other one in a second, but this one we can make into slabs, and that should be about all we need. Oh, right, we can do that now too. We can drag, and we can actually spread it out pretty easily with some button combos. That's gonna make crafting way faster, actually. Yeah, I pretty thoroughly read the update logs, so I saw all of the everything that it changes, and I'm excited. I always like to get to play with new stuff. I think probably right where that tree is probably right about where I'm going to build this. So we can use that as a point of centering. And we will say that here is where we will build our path. This one doesn't need to be very... This one doesn't need to sink that much. can probably just sink down 2 or 3. I'm thinking 3. My shovel is broken. I was literally in the process of saying my shovel is about to break, and then it broke. So, and that was my last shovel, so we're gonna have to do the rest of this by hand. Luckily, there's not a lot of it that we actually have to dig out. Now, frankly, I almost want to use the tree in the center of the farm, because I think that could look nice. I'll try that. We'll see how I like it. I am aware that it is floating. I will fix that in a second, as in I'm fixing it right now. Oh, that's going to be fun to reach. Now let's dig a hole. A little bit awkward, but there's worse things, I guess. Okay, this one is actually not that bad. Oh wait, I need that. Which one do I not need? Probably this one. I guess I should probably go grab more dirt, because I know I have more. Oh, well, there's 7. Never mind. Need one more. Here? Maybe? Oh, well, I will also need more dirt for the walls that we were building up, so I should really just go grab some. Have a nice snack of bread. Yeah, I know we have a ton of dirt, so there's no reason for me to try and harvest it off the land. We have a million to billion pieces of dirt. Probably not actually that many, but we do have plenty. Or not. I probably put them all back up in the deep storage. So let's go up there, why don't we? Grab a good few stacks. 2 or 3 will surely be more than enough. And then what else do I need is actually... Those were words. I need some... I guess I could use spruce. Spruce would work. Spruce and glass. And I will eventually need water, but I just want to get the outlines done for everything. Good news is our sugarcane is actually growing pretty rapidly. Yeah, when I was doing the path building, which was probably about 20 minutes ago, I was yeah, it's all pretty tall now. So now we can fill in all that dirt. Just try and make it look less awkward. Yeah. There we go. That should be good for that side, and this side, it's a little bit more difficult, but something I can't do. Alright, I think that should be good for that part. Now it's all about getting the slabs in order. And the cobblestone. Oh right. There is still plenty I need to actually dig out. I think that's all the cobble I have to place, at least the blocks. And then I just make the slope gradient down. This will just be a straight path. Need to get our second stack out, but that's no big deal. Good thing we made plenty of it. And then put our steps in, and I think that that's really pretty much it. Yeah, this one was pretty nicely contoured to begin with, so there wasn't a lot of work I had to do, which is nice because now we're pretty much done with that. Now I want to make all of this into planks. I don't know if I needed all of it or if I will need all of it, but might as well. Now for this I just need a big flat square of dirt, which I will, oops, I'll eventually fill it in with water, or at least parts of it, but for now I just need a big flat surface, and that can be done easily enough by just leveling this terrain manually. We've done such things before, we will inevitably do them again. We're used to it at this rate. And the rest of this is actually pretty level, so after this part, we can get started. Now we need, since this tree is pretty symmetrical, we can actually use... Okay, so the doorway is going to be here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so I'm just going to build a big box. I want this to be built in a similar fashion to the pathway I built in the middle there, in between the fish house and the garden, which I did actually base off of a design of a garden that I saw in this game. So really we're just building the thing that inspired me to build a different thing. That one was made of oak, of course, but the spruce should work just fine. Now my only concern is the amount of glass I have. I don't have very much glass. I really should have made more shovels. I don't know why I didn't. You know what, I'm gonna go off and make more shovels, because this is just not going to work. I'll go make some iron ones again, because it's easy enough, not too resource intensive. And we have the wood necessary to make a bunch of sticks, so it shouldn't be too hard. I'll make probably 3, because they don't last very long, at least not as long as the diamond shovels. Grab, for some reason we don't have iron ingots. Maybe they're in our chest up here? Yes, they are. I don't know why I put them in there. I say as I put the iron blocks in there. Whatever. I'll make 2 shovels. Put the stick in the iron back. And then we can get back to business. Yeah, we are actually running a little bit short on food, which is a mild concern. These baked potatoes have admittedly lasted us quite a long time as well. Thank you for your service, baked potatoes. But we will probably need to bake some more relatively soon. For now, let's get this dirt dug out, because now we actually have the correct tools for that. I want it all to be right about the same level. I don't really care about making it look supernatural right now, but I will later. Yeah, now since this is going to be majorly used for sugarcane farming, I don't need there to be a ton of wood on the floor. I can just make a small pathway around the whole thing. Just enough to where I can actually access everything without stepping all over it. Whoops, not like that. This is not lit up at all, and neither is the path behind me. I'm very aware, but we will light it up in a second, probably after we're done building this. Now, Do I want the walls to be... I want the walls to be glass, but I only have 62. We'll start with one layer of wood. Just to get it roughly built out. Oh, and I'm out of wood. Yeah, it's getting rather dark. Oh, I have 37 torches. Yeah, why don't I just light this whole thing up right now anyway? Leave this tree here. We'll use it as a lighting mount. Get our wood back in our hand. Probably just want to build up the corners first. I want this to be relatively tall, probably a little bit taller than the doorway. So I'll build it up one more. That seems comfortable enough. And I won't make it all glass. I have a particular idea for how I want this to look. I'll see if I can make it work. This is how most of my builds go, where it's like I say that I have a particular idea for how I want it to look, and then I just build it out, and it usually works out fine. Let's see if this one goes in the same manner. Because this one's a little bit more abstract in my head. I would look at the reference photo that I was thinking of, but I can't. At least not easily. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll build on the tree. Yeah, that should work out. Oops. Well, I don't need that right now, but I will in a second. Okay. Yeah, I think building on the tree should be fine. That is not the line of symmetry at all. I totally missed that. Yeah. Okay. Now it's making sense in my brain. Oh, yeah, why don't I just stand on the tree? And it seems like it's not causing any physics issues, so... Fill in all those. If that turns out to be... If we turn out to have more glass than I thought, then we may come back and fill a few of these gaps in. Whoops, well, assuming you don't waste glass like that. Yeah, glass we have to be very careful about placing because, of course, you can't get it back after you're done placing it. Now, see, since our glass supply is limited, we probably could do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so we wouldn't have... Oh, we would have enough for all of these, though. So I think we're going to do that. We'll fill in all these. Because we've got enough glass for that for now. Okay. Okay. There we go. So now I probably want to go grab... Well, first of all, I want to put some more torches on the outside of this. Because the mobs are going to love this place. I can already tell. So I'll just put as many torches as I dare on the outside. And then we will come back in a second with a bunch of water and probably a bunch of fences. Because I think fences would be the easiest way to fill in those huge holes in the wall without having to go get more sand and just wait around. So I think we will just make a lot of fences. I mean, depending on how many we have already, we may not have to make any. I just don't think we're going to have like 2 stacks of fences randomly lying around. You never know, though, especially with me. I seem to forget what resources I have quite a bit. I know we are kind of short on sticks, so we'll have to make more. But we do have plenty of wood to do so. And now that we can actually drag-click and spread out all our resources, this will probably be far, far quicker. And we do actually have 18 already, but not quite enough for me. Alright, we can just do that now. And then... there we go. That's so much faster and so much easier. 60? It could be enough. Just in case it isn't, I'm going to bring some more wood logs. In case I need to make emergency sticks and make more fences. I just don't know how much this is going to take. We'll see if it takes more than this. If it does, then, well, we hopefully have the resources necessary. But, oh yeah, I like the look of that now. All these structures, they keep adding to the whole aesthetic of this place. I enjoy it. Now this is needlessly long. So let's just put little gap things in the middle. And put in all these fences. Now each of these is going to be 8, 8, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So that's 60 plus 16. So we're going to need 76. Well, that's fine, I suppose. Probably should have counted that, honestly, because it seems pretty easy in hindsight. Oh, hear the ambulance outside. I don't know if you can hear that because of the noise suppression I use, but maybe. I don't know. Ambulances. So we just need 16 more fences. That's 20. That's perfect. I mean, it's a little bit more, but hey, excess fences. I should have grabbed the water buckets. I totally forgot. Oops. Oh well. Yeah. Alright. So let's go grab some water. Now, since we're next to, you know, the ocean, I don't know if we're going to need to build an infinite water source. But I suppose we could just for, I don't know, safety? I don't know. We probably won't need to. It's not like lava where it all just kind of goes away. Since we are going up here, I will take the time to actually organize my inventory into the chest that it needs to go into. Because we have way too much stuff right now. Put our cobblestone in here. All, not that much of it, honestly. And then in here goes our logs, our plank, more logs, slabs. Glass also goes in here somewhere. And then fences go in here. Sticks go in here. And I think everything else in my inventory will end up going in here. Yeah. Besides the coal, of course, which goes over here. So now we just need to grab all 18 million of our water buckets. Of which we will definitely not need all of them. But hey. Might as well bring more than we need to, because, as I've always said, having an excess is better than not having any at all. Or having too little of it and then needing to go back. Yeah, I like the look of that. It's a little bit short, but I like the look of the short building. Yeah, that just fills itself back in because it's the ocean. I'll just fill all these buckets. Why not? I'm sure that ocean water will not have any adverse effects on the crops. I mean, the sugarcane that we're growing seems to enjoy it. I also do need a door, but that's fine. Now, the way I think I want to do this... Oh, goodness. My inventory is a mess, actually. We can stack all those up. I think I want to do that there, and then on the outside of this whole thing, I probably want to do one whole sort of layer of water. And that should be plenty. Yeah. Hopefully this should be enough water. It seems like plenty of water. Assuming I calculated. I didn't calculate at all. Just place it every once in a while. Yeah, I just want a nice consistent layer. It looks like we might not even have enough, but there's probably an infinite water source hiding somewhere among these. Oh boy. Okay, well, hopefully that works. Yes, it does. Okay, it's almost there. There we go. Now that's all filled out and nice. So now we can actually go and harvest our sugarcane. And of course, we built a relatively small area. So we will actually have to leave probably a lot of this still out here. Because honestly, the amount that we just grabbed, which is like probably going to be just shy of 50, is going to be plenty to fill in this area. Oh, can I not place it on dirt? Oh, I can. I just can't place it on those corners. Okay. I guess let's leave those corners for now. I'll put torches in them. So then I guess I can fill those in with the wood that I put away. Well, oh well. We'll put in torches. Just to really make sure that this place is left well enough alone by monsters. Well, the cow seems to be interested. I regret to inform you that this is not a place where you are welcome currently. We are trying to engage in a growing operation of a lot of sugarcane. And we can't have cows running all over it, so... Yeah, the 50 was plenty. And, of course, as this grows, we can harvest it. Now I just need to build a door. Really should have kept my wood. I really should have kept that, but I know there's wood lying around somewhere in the house, so... And if not, then there is a tree right here. So... we should be fine. I mean, we did get the sugarcane farm done, and we got the path to it done and everything. Yep, I need to go chop down that tree. How do I not have a spare door? That seems peculiar. No matter. We're growing trees for this precise reason. Ouch, my head. I don't know why my head's hurting a bit, but this should probably be fine. Just need to craft one door, put it on the outside, and then we can call that pretty much done. Of course, we do still have a whole coastline filled with sugarcane, but oh well, more sugarcane. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult to harvest, assuming we don't build like a big path for it, which we could. We could build a path on the coastline to give us easier access to our coastal sugarcane. But for now, we do also have this indoor farm area, which I'm sure will do just well enough. Wonderful. And with that, I think we can cross off a sugarcane farm goal. 1 second, let me just check what time it is. Okay. Pretty good on time. Now, let me check our goals to see what we have left. And I'll see what we can do. I will also go throw all the stuff that we have into... Well, all the stuff that we have is pretty useful. Okay. So we've done the sugarcane farm now. Now all these three are pretty long-term goals. Frankly, get diamonds is kind of just like an every and always goal. We should really put it in its own category. This one, however, I believe we could actually get done in the time that we have remaining. Because, unlike the other goals, there's not really a set limit on... There's not really a set limit or like a requirement on how far east I go and for how long. I just go east until we either find something or we don't. Now, what I've learned from trying to adventure in large strides like that before is that you really should probably, well, A, mark your coordinates, and B, keep track of the coordinates you're at so you don't wander off 5,000 blocks and you have to go all the way back. Just kind of time consuming and awful. Where's our... I guess our arrows go in here usually. I guess I just took all of them. I think the main idea that we're going to have for this little adventure is we're going to try our hardest not to travel too far, because if we do, then we will have to go all the way back, and I don't want to just spend 20 minutes walking, frankly. Oh, there's all our arrows. Then we have 1 bone, and we should really make more food. We have golden apples, but you know what? I think we'll actually eat some melons. Why not? Then we have 1 bone, which will go in this chest. And I think that's just about it for inventory management. Now, we can make our way back down here, take a nap, and we'll say, I don't know, 10 minutes out east, as far as we can go, and then we'll run back here, and we'll call it a day. So let's remember our coordinates now. We are at -193, 72, -1292, and we're going to be traveling in the what looks like positive X direction. So the coordinate to remember is about -200. All right. I should really put that in the chat, honestly. You know what? I'm going to do that. -200, 70, -1300 as an estimate. Yeah. That should do well enough for me. I've seen people do that before, and it seems incredibly useful. So I will do it as well. And now we can begin our adventure east. I'm not sure if we'll find anything, frankly. I hope it's not just more ocean, because I'm kind of... all we're surrounded by, it seems, is ocean. Well, we've immediately hit a wall of water. I will make a boat. I really should have brought a boat, because I know we have one. But luckily, trees are a plentiful resource here. Do that real quick. Build our boat, and keep the remaining wood and crafting table for another purpose, because we will either inevitably break this boat or need the wood for something else, because it looks like what we're running into is just a straight up desert. No, it's changing. Now, I have been a little bit this direction before. I have not explored a lot in this direction. I think I kind of ran into it on accident. Okay, so this looks like pretty solid land already. There is a jungle. we're all too familiar with jungles here. Given that we've lived adjacent to one for a while. I don't know if I've ever explored this one. It could have potential, but I just don't know what lies within. Maybe another pyramid thing? Though apparently those are not supposed to spawn there. I don't know what is supposed to spawn in here, if anything, or if it's just... Ouch. If it's just a place that's meant to be hard to navigate and full of trees. I mean, there's certainly no shortage of wood in there. I did say I wanted to travel east, but I'm just looking at sites of interest because I don't want to just run past everything. I want to see if there's any amazing sights. Well, there's plenty of pumpkins over here. No, we'll grab these. No idea why they're just sitting out here already carved, but I'm not going to question it. There seems to be a lot of just odd things happening in this world anyway, so I suppose pre-carved pumpkins is not the worst thing in the world. Considering that, like, there's the peeled landscape right outside of our home, the pyramid in the jungle, the tree animals that can scare you sometimes, and the scary noises. Like, frankly, there seems to be a lot of things in this world that are terrifying enough, if not more, than what we've already seen, so frankly, it could be worse. Yeah, I don't know if we've ever gone this way. I mean, at least not intentionally, and probably definitely not on camera. I try to keep as much of this series on camera as I possibly can, with as little cuts as possible, because I like to let you see the whole experience of playing the game. But there have been some instances where I've just totally failed at recording something. I've either been too tired, or the audio has totally destroyed itself, or just any multitude of factors really that either demotivate me to produce the episode or just completely ruin all of its everything. I try to have as few of those as possible, but whatever the case, in short, there are some moments that do not get captured. None of them have really been super significant so far, though. Of course, we did have that whole episode that we totally lost to a bad vocal audio track, but that episode, frankly, wasn't super interesting. I mean, it was the birthday episode, so I was a little bit extra irritated, but I don't know that I necessarily accomplished anything groundbreaking in that. Oh good, another snowy forest. It seems like we keep running into just the same biomes over and over again. But I like the snowy forest. It seems to be a monster haven for some reason. So, for now at least, I tend to avoid it. I do enjoy seeing these big plains biomes. They're nice, easy to navigate, not a lot of threat. Fairly pretty too. A little bit of a break from the convoluted, frankly, terrain of the mountain biome that we live in. Speaking of the mountain biome, we seem to have encountered one here. Let's check our coordinates. Okay, so we're about 1,200 blocks away. And we've encountered a new hills biome, and a new mountain biome, and a new jungle. They seem to be disconnected from anything else that we've seen so far. It looks incredibly familiar. It looks near identical to near our world spawn, but I know that that's far away in both directions, so I very highly doubt that these are related. I guess the game just really likes generating these two next to each other. I mean, it's a very cool looking mountain range. Like, look at these jagged peaks and like weird sort of like floating stone structures. Very cool. It looks like a cool place to try and set up a base, but also kind of difficult at the same time because, you know, the entire floor is just a big lake. So it would be rather difficult to build over it, assuming you don't have, like, some sort of frame that you build in. Which, it could be done, I haven't done such a thing yet. Either in a creative world or in a survival world. Well, I've done something sort of similar in a creative world with a mountain range very close to that, but that was built into the cliff as opposed to on the water surface. Check the time here. Alright, I think we'll give it a few more minutes, probably until night falls, and then we will head back. Plenty of hills, plenty of mountains, plenty of cool generation. That's a very square sort of summit there. Ooh, and that's a bit of a fall. Ouch. Very cool generation. I'm a fan of this sort of, like, valley that it's generating. Admittedly, more difficult to traverse, but I do enjoy the way it looks. Again, another cool place to probably set up another living space, but just more difficult. I mean, there are little flat platforms like this one hanging out. You know what? I don't know. Frankly, since this is not horribly far away. Well, okay, it is far away. It's about 2,000 blocks away. But I know there's something you can do given the way nether portals work, where you can have a path between two places that's a lot shorter to travel because of the way distance is shortened in the nether. So there's a chance that we could honestly build a second base out here if we ever feel the need to expand to another nice looking area. If you would like to see that, I guess do let me know, because I'm always up for another opportunity to build things. And in an area as interesting as this, I would not be opposed at all. Of course, that would involve me having to figure out how to actually calculate where to put the nether portal to get us here. But I'm sure that could be arranged. Now, see, we've hit a very interesting point here of these huge cliff walls surrounding this interesting lake thing. And we've also hit the point where the night has begun to fall. So I think that we are going to have to, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on what your perspective is, call this exploration pretty concluded for now. I mean, this is far, far more interesting than I found in any other direction. I mean, west is also kind of interesting because it leads to a lot of villages and a little bit more varied biomes and structures. But this is no less interesting, in my opinion, to see all this very unique-looking terrain. It almost looks alien. I mean, compared to the fairly typical-looking mountains and cliff faces of home, this is very foreign-looking. Hello. Hello, little puddle of lava. That seems like a death trap waiting to happen. I'm trying to take an alternative route back to avoid all the difficult to navigate terrain. And hopefully this leads me... I mean, I know it'll lead me back to the same place. It's just how efficiently. Because this could be just as difficult, if not more, or it could be a little bit easier. It's looking like the latter so far, considering we have fairly flat terrain through this snowy forest. I think it's called a taiga. Probably a taiga. Ouch. Well, there's a spider. Let's run away as fast as possible, as well as away from the zombie. No skeletons yet, thankfully, though I know that by saying that I've guaranteed at least 20 to spawn. Oh yeah, I would like to avoid the jungle as much as I possibly can. I mean, this doesn't look too bad so far, but I know that it can get way worse than this. I've been in jungles before. I've dealt with their difficult terrain. We got very lucky with this one because it's all very flat, leading directly into a desert. Another flat and simple to navigate biome. So where are we? We're still very, very far away. But we're not as far away as we could be. Yeah, there was a... Oh, there's another one of those weird well things. In one of the failed recordings of one of these episodes, of which I've only had like 2, so it was more recent. It was probably an attempted recording of maybe episode 17. I can't quite recall. Whatever the case, I did try going out north, directly north from our house into the ocean that we have, and it was kind of remarkable how exactly the same it was. Like, I swear that there was not anything for the first 2,000 blocks that we adventured out there, and I went far, far beyond that. I went about 5,000 blocks out, and I didn't find anything. And then it was the absolute exhaustion of hello. It was the absolute exhaustion of having to travel back all 5,000 blocks in a boat. And it just took forever. Did you drop anything? Of course you didn't. Ugh. All that effort to find an Enderman and they don't even drop anything. Oh well. I mean, at least we found one. At least they haven't been totally elusive. We're about 1,000. We need to get to about negative 200 before we actually, hit our house. Luckily, most of it's plains. Most of it is very easy to walk over. No trouble at all. Except for the mobs. As long as we can avoid the deadly accuracy and rate of fire of the skeletons, I think we're going to be okay. Because everything else is fairly easy to navigate past. I keep checking, even though I know that we're still forever out. Okay, we hit the desert. I think the desert was probably the first biome that we saw. I am also quite a few blocks south of where we need to be. We need to be at about negative 1,300, and we are at about negative 1,100. That's 200 blocks as opposed to the almost 1,000 we still have remaining before we actually hit the place where our house is in the Z direction. I'm trying to make quick work of it, going as exactly that way as I possibly can. It's still going to take some time. Again, could be worse. And at least for this one, I'm actually awake. At least more so than I was for the failed recording. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Get out of here. Okay. Well, that took down quite a bit of my health. I wasn't expecting 3 creepers at the same time. Oh well. Oh well. It seems like they didn't do that much damage. I mean, they took down a few of my hearts, but it really wasn't that bad. Okay, we just dipped below 500, which is good, because it means we are inching ever closer. I mean, of course we are. We are running at max speed in pretty much only that direction. Hello, Enderman. Please do not leave. I need to kill you. What? Hello. Can I have that grass block too? That would be nice. Oh. You just want to make it extra difficult. Hey, buddy. And you gave me nothing at all, besides experience. Welp. Oh well. The experience is nice. I do like gaining the XP that I need to level stuff up. That's always a good bonus. Okay, we are pretty much exactly where we need to be in terms of... the Z, excuse me. We are traveling in the X, that's what I meant. But we're pretty much where we need to be in terms of the Z coordinate. It's just the X coordinate now. Am I correct? Yes. We have about 300 blocks to go. No problem at all. This is just a short stint on an ocean, and then we should be in the clear. We should be on our coastline right outside of our door, if I'm recalling correctly. And the night looks to be just about concluding, telling me that we were probably out there for about 15-20 minutes, which is about where I want it to be. Well, I see torches. That's a good sign. Oh yeah, I know where we are. There we go. Now we can run our way back up here. We're gonna have to go around. Hello, Enderman. Please do not teleport away. I have to kill you. And your spider friend. Did you give me? Yes, you did. We have received our first ender pearl of the episode, and of course it comes at the very, very end of it. I mean, one ender pearl is better than none at all. And we put in a real effort this time, and we actually came out with a net gain, which is nice, as opposed to just lower durability on our tools. Now, will we be able to get to sleep before the sun rises? Yes, we will. And we get to see our chat message, our very helpful and informative chat message. We did not come out with that much stuff, but it's still stuff nonetheless that I will put away. Fill up our hunger bar that is in dire need of food with 6 slices of watermelon as breakfast. And that's pretty much the last goal that I set for this episode, at least, that we can cross off. There we go. Wonderful. Welp, I suppose we can waltz up to our watchtower here and take a glance at the work we've done, because most of it is actually outside the enclosure of our wall. Namely, the building of the path outside of the wall towards the sheep enclosure, and towards the brand new sugarcane farm. Looking nice. We do still, of course, have a surprisingly large coastline of sugarcane, but that's just perfect, really. More books for us, and more sugar for us, I suppose. Valuable commodity, that. Our sheep are looking happy. Our cows are looking very plentiful. And our whole living space is looking rather nice. And we also managed to take a little bit of a trek beyond the normal scope of our adventure, and we found some very interesting terrain. Namely more mountains, but mountains that are definitely more interesting. And we've also built this nice fountain on the request of a nice viewer. And I think that all of it adds up to a very pleasant final result. Alright, I think that's about it. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for watching this particular episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to press the like button if you really enjoyed it, or even press the subscribe button on my channel if you'd like to catch any future episodes. I thank you all for your support and feedback on the series. I always appreciate it. I'm very grateful. It helps me learn more about the game, and as a result, enjoy it more and deliver more quality content to you. Well, as always, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.